What up, everybody? It's your boys, Wise Guys in the building with my man Sammy, and I did the wrong way.
Boys, introduce.
Those was jokes.
Them was jokes.
Oh man, boy. Talk about putting your left foot in your right shoe to start the day off. Good God. But Wise Guy channel with Cliff and
Sammy.
there you go. Sheesh. All right, man. Now we got our legs up on this. Let's get some running, man. So we're gonna talk about actually one of Patrice's lesser known stand-ups, and shout out to everybody. We 4 deep watching live. So salute to y'all, man. Thank y'all for being on these. It helps us go to see y'all on here. Yeah. I gotta say, y'all like Charleston White, man. That video has been going crazy, man. That's funny. Shout out to y'all, man. We're checking that out. But now, so we're gonna talk about Patrice because it's funny. Like a lot of the Manosphere talking points you see coming from with Patrice, he laid those out. A decade and some change ago. You know what I mean? And at the time when he was doing it, like nobody really was catching on it because it wasn't popular to talk about these men-centric ideas that came off, misogynistic, racist, sexist, classist, whatever it is. Like, you know, at the time, we're talking early 2010s, it was a very much a PC world, man, like on a big scale. And so Patrice lays that out. And I think he does a really good job on this one. So we're going to comment as we see and then just call it how we see it. Anything you got before we go, Sam?
No, we appreciate y'all. And if you haven't done it already, please subscribe, like, and definitely comment. Ghost, what up, Ghost? He said, Team Red Pill. I always strive for self-improvement. Hey, straight up.
If you're not self-improving, you tripping.
Yeah, that's what you're not living if you're not moving forward doing it. You know what I'm saying? So don't waste a day. But yeah, we appreciate y'all. And like he said, that Charleston White video is y'all watching it. And we appreciate it. And keep rocking with us. That motivates us to keep putting out content. Like, we live busy lives, but we like, you know what? If they rocking with it, we're gonna make sure we give them something to rock with. So
there you go.
I'm committed to it. He committed to it, and we down. You know, as long as y'all stay down. So let's go get it.
Well said, because it makes us want to go do videos, and that's been our biggest problem, not staying consistent. But y'all keep the train moving, man. Believe that, trust and believe that. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the video. Fair use, for fair use sake, probably still get us copyright, whatever. We ain't monetized yet anyway, so it's all good. So roll that bit of a bean footage.
I mean, it was his philosophy from.
Actually. I think that is not the correct one. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
Yeah, let's make sure. Where's the one I sent you? Well, I may have fumbled that one. Oh. It's called Unmasked with Patrice O'Neal.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what you got, y'all?
How's everybody weekend for the few people that's watching? What y'all get into? It's a real question.
There we go.
What
did I do this weekend? I did
even backstage. Just
a whole bunch of nothing, which I prefer. All right, so let's go ahead and do it. We flubbed that up a little bit, but we're gonna get right. And without further ado, Mr. Patrice O'Neal.
And he will. Hey. Bitch better have my money.
All right, Patrice O'Neal sitting in with us tonight.
Is this like the actor's studio for
it
comedy?
Is. Here's what it is. It's
some horse shit. Like, this is. And they got you, dude. I'm gonna tell you something real quick.
Yeah.
I like you a lot. Me and Ron we barely speak. Like, when we see each other, he'll come in after I do an O&A or whatever or something, and he will, hey. And I like guys like that. You understand? Like, I always want to say, I never got a chance to say I respect you. I think you're a funny dude, one of the best on the radio, and you're an alpha male. I always respect alpha males. A lot of motherfuckers, they think like women sometimes, where if you don't like me, that means I don't like you, but that's not the case.
That is so true, especially, man, on YouTube, man. people do this shit and you swear that everybody's an alpha male, everybody's an alpha predator, apex predator, and all this shit. But the funniest beast will form over something that you did not directly do. And he's right. Like, and then if it's perceived as somebody doesn't like you, oh, I can't like him back. Like, it's like, hey man, that's your deal. I'm gonna keep rolling how I'm rolling, man. And he's right about that. You know, that's what true alpha males do.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. No, I experienced that in our basketball league. It's one of the guys that run it hates me for some reason. So it trickles down to our team, but I don't express the same back to him, you know what I'm saying? Because that's something he's dealing with, you know, and as long as you keep it respectful, you know, it's all good. I ain't gonna trip. I'm gonna speak when I lock eyes with you. It's whatever, you know. So you got to deal with that, and that's just what men do, you know. So he absolutely right.
Well, at least that's what you should be doing, man. You can't be emoting all the time and putting yourself in these situations where, like, and it's funny, it just goes into like either, you know, it's not even really just hands get thrown. Well, I guess that happens in the street, but like you just got these catty beefs and shit. It's like, dog, ain't you supposed to be better than that? Like, ain't that what women do? You know what I'm saying? Just saying, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
You understand? Like, I don't know how you feel about me, but I like you a lot. I respect you. I think you're one of the smartest dudes I ever heard in my life. And I'm just saying this because I know we have a weird, even backstage, just kind of, that's our relationship. But
well, I like to be paid to make chit chat. I don't see any.
And again, they're just two men being straightforward. Nothing's wrong with that. I don't know why this society is like it's mean to be like that. You're just who you been, who you are, man.
It's what I do for a living. So I see no reason.
That's how I feel about it, dude.
Yeah, but I feel the same way as you. I mean, you're a hardworking guy. You're always funny. I see you doing a million different things. Do you ever turn anything down because you'll go into, you know, some firestorm areas? They'll call you out on Fox TV.
Yeah, anything that. I mean, I turn a lot of shit down.
Yeah.
But anything that I can sell myself in terms of selling my opinion, because that's the only thing I really got to sell. Because this business is it's a little white man business, a little Jew guy's business, a gay guy's business, and a woman's business, and they all run. It's almost like when you come up and there's the motherfuckers going to school. If you rode a bus to school, it's the front of the bus and it's the back of the bus. Motherfuckers in the back of the bus torture the people in the front of the bus. You understand?
Sure.
So right now, the front of the bus people run the business, and I'm a back of the bus dude, meaning I fuck with everybody, and the people who were at the front of the bus, and I got to go in and go, hey, look, I got these ideas, and they go, yeah, I remember when you smacked me in the back of the head. Remember when you was talking about my mother, and it was all in due fun, like, because I attack myself. I just like to laugh, right? So right now in this game, I'm trying to find people in the middle of the bus that didn't want to quite commit to being a fucked up person.
And what he's talking about, y'all, is like in Hollywood. He says this on another stream. Is like Hollywood is like a cartel, man. A lot of cartels that run the game. If you're gonna do this kind of work, you gotta do this on the back end. If you want this kind of work, you gotta promise to do this on the back end. And that's you can kind of suggest where that means. You know, people talk about the gay shit and stuff like that. But that's kind of how it is. And so he's basically saying these squares run the game. And which is true. I mean, if you kind of too pure and you don't really, you know, conform, then you can get ostracized. And that's what the bus analogy is that we're talking about. So anything you got so far?
Nah, it just goes back to the old saying, real is rare, you know, and
yeah, I like that.
Yeah, you can't, it's not gonna be many, period, but in that space where it's full of entertainers and sorry. Hold on.
God damn, that's loud.
Yeah, I tried to stop it. I'm on the stream with Cliff. All right. I hate you in a minute. Or you can text me. All right, bye.
There we go.
Yeah. It's hard. I've always dealt with that. Just feeling out of place. You know what I'm saying? Like in different spaces, because I just never wanted to deal with people that I didn't match with. Let me say that. You know, we can call people fake all the time, but people very nuanced anyway. We all do some fucked up shit, but
we all hypocrites at the end of the day.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna do that. But just people that don't have the same kind of foundation that I have, you know what I'm saying? And it's hard to rock with them because they'll turn on you, they'll switch up on you. And I'm not that type of person, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's what he's alluding to. Is like, man, I'm me, and I see all this bullshit, and I can't allow myself to be involved with the bullshit. You see, and I totally feel him. That's why I kind of create my own universe of everything that I do and just kind of invite people in, because if you go get attached to theirs, then you got to play by their rules, and their rules is full of shit. You see what I'm saying? So
That's a great point.
yeah. So I just say, fuck it. Like everything they do, just learn. And if it's something that you're passionate about, then you do it yourself. If you really want to do it and you don't want to deal with that shit and you that committed, do it yourself. So that's my take on it.
That's a great point, and my comment to follow you was going to go totally different, but I want to go expound on that. Mm-hmm. And shout out to Jenny V, man. She always around Manosphere content, man. Cool sister says, good afternoon, gentlemen. You sure popped up in my suggestions. I thought I would say hello. Love old school comedy before everyone became woke. Hope you don't mind me popping in. Absolutely, man.
Hey, Jenny. Hey,
Jenny. Great comment. So yeah, like, you know.
Hold on, Jenny, subscribe, Jenny, if you haven't, because we do this and we love to have you every time you're available. So
yeah, she's around a lot of spaces I'm around, so I'm sure she is subscribed. But okay. Yeah, like to your point, if she has not done so, Jenny V, hook us up. I appreciate that. Mm-hmm. But no, so in these worlds again with these cartels, man, you have to be something that you're not. And let's put it in small terms, like you're saying, us when we create our own atmosphere and then I pull in whoever it is, and I do the same. I do the same shit. Mm-hmm. I do the same shit. Like that's why I don't fuck with a lot of people like that. I mean, I may fuck with you on a surface level, mm-hmm. but as far as me going and trying to be up under everything you got going, I'd rather it be the other way. Mm-hmm. And I'll be honest, like when we were younger, I was finding myself doing that shit to too much of shit you had going on, because I knew I had something I could do on my own. I just ain't know what. Mm-hmm. So I had to learn how to just, I mean, not that I wasn't fucking with you. It's just like, all right, what do I have? Like, that's me. And that's when I started hoop jogging, you know, in 2011 and things of that nature. Yeah. So a lot of men who are progenitors of their own, that's what we harbor. Mm-hmm. It's not like, oh, let me latch on to somebody else shit. I may peep my head in over there, mm-hmm. but it's about what I got going at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. And I think that people who do that, you kind of may have a reputation that doesn't play well with others. And I think that's what Patrice O'Neal had against his career. And he said it too. He's like, man, I'm way too good to be not this famous. He would always say shit like that. So. Yeah. But if you don't play those reindeer games, man, it's hard, man. It's hard to get in all the way. So
absolutely. No, you're absolutely right. I just think that everybody has something special about them, and when you figure that out, that's when you start living. I think, what was that? I used it on Famous. It's like the two most important days of your life, I think it was Mark Twain, are the day you were born and when you find out why. So something like that. Yeah. So that is how I live my life and how you live your life. And I feel like that's why we feel so free, you know, and not trapped anymore, not confined, you know, at least not by those things. Even if we had a job, like you work a job, you'd be like, fuck this job. I'm going to be good regardless because I can make something happen. You know what I'm saying? Because we have that space. We gave ourselves that space to be free and do our own thing if we wanted to go that route, or just a little bit of everything. We can do what the fuck we want to do. And I think as men, that's what we have to be able to do. If you want to be able to truly lead and all that type of stuff that people talk about in relationships and stuff like that, or just your own life, you need to be able to do that. You need to be resourceful, you know, and that's kind of sidestepping it, but that's what I feel about it. It's a lot to what we have to be, and finding yourself is very important in that process. So,
and I'll just land the plane on that sidebar discussion we just had. Mm-hmm. And you got to be able to accept that some people ain't gonna like it, and they will not like you behind your back, and you gotta live with it.
Yeah.
You gotta live with it.
Yeah.
You can't be bitching because somebody don't like you, man, because you are, you know, your little individual proprietor of your own personal little orbit or universe or whatever you want to call it. You got to understand most people don't operate that way. Most people are just fall in line, worker bees, and if you break the chain, you're going to be ostracized either, you know, behind your back. Sometimes you'll be confronted, but you got to just understand that comes with territory, man.
Mm-hmm. Who's that guy that made 99 Problems? The white guy, got the long hair. Rick Rubin. Yeah. He said the best music. He talking about music, but I related to just things creative all together. It's like the best product is the one that divides the room. You see what I'm saying? Like you're gonna have people on this side that like it, and the other half ain't gonna like it. You know what I'm saying? That's how you know you made something really good. And I've learned to accept that. It's like you know me, I used to want everybody to love me. It's like now it's like okay, whatever. I know it's gonna be people that rock with it, and I don't care about the people who don't. They don't rock with it. Why would I even give them my energy and time? You know what I'm saying? Why am I thinking about that? Like, damn, they ain't fucking with me. Why? It may be on a research, you know, R&D type thing. Like, to make my product better. Maybe like why y'all don't like it, but I'd rather have people that, you
Patrice, I was actually listening to a Patrice thing last night, and he was saying that he wanted his comedy for one of the room to be like this hilarious. The other half of the room is just mortified by what he just said.
Exactly.
He said, I don't like a room with everybody laughing at my jokes. I like it with some people looking at me like that's inappropriate. Like, so that falls right in line with what you're just saying.
Absolutely. Yep. All right, we can go forward on because we only got 2 minutes in this one.
All right, yeah. I mean, but his words evoke conversation. They just really do.
Right.
And that's why I've always been, and Sammy can attest to this. I was a fan of him while he was alive.
Yeah,
I was a huge Patrice O'Neal fan. I was like, how y'all don't know about this dude? This dude hilarious. It's just like me and Will. We like the only two people that like Patrice, man.
I only know him because of you. So
I was like, this dude funny as shit, though.
Yeah.
So I ain't one of these Johnny come latelys with Patrice content.
Mm-hmm.
I really was a fan of this man when he's alive. Like I really was a fan of him when he's alive.
Yeah.
Genevieve says you grow up wanting the acceptance, but then you realize it's not what you need to define who you are. There you go.
Absolutely.
You don't have to be a part of the cartel like that, goddammit. You use the cartels, but you ain't necessarily got to be a part of them.
I tell Sammy all the time. I'm
and
like,
didn't want to commit to being a cornball. Bring us together. That's the business, you know?
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, no, I tell little Sammy all the time. I'm like, look, all these people you about to go to school, because, you know, he's going to 7th grade now. So he was in 6th grade, but it was intermediate. It was 5th and 6th grade. So they ain't really just doing nothing yet. But 7th, 8th grade is going to get different for them. And I'm like, you're going to be around 1,000 kids that's trying to fit in.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck that shit. Stand out. You need to be you, so you naturally stand out. You don't have to fit in with they mold and all that shit because you are naturally you. So go be the best at what you can do and what you want to do, and you're going to stand out because everybody's not doing that shit. Everybody trying to figure out how to fit in.
Thanks.
What they doing? Fuck that. We not doing it. And that's how you breed more leaders. You know what I'm saying? Because I told them we're not doing that shit. But I also told them you got to learn how to follow if you want to learn how to lead. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot. It's just.
But most 7th graders ain't getting that kind of front loading. So you're doing a great service by at least putting that idea in his mind so he can know how to sift through that and navigate in that space.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. And essentially, when you say, do I turn shit down? I turn a lot of things down. I turn down that stupid celebrity fit club where I'm going, you know, like, to be honest, my career is more important than my health to me. So you gotta.
And he meant that because he died of diabetes and he would always make fun of that. So yeah, he meant that.
You have been saying you got to be not only you have to be a fat has-been. And I know.
Let me address Jenny V. I'm going to hold my hands up. I haven't heard of Patrice O'Neal, but I have an open mind up for enlightenment. Yeah, again, a lot of red pill talking points. Kev used to talk about that too on his channel, bringing up Patrice O'Neal quotes. Like, so he's damn near like the OG of the Manosphere as far as the black sector is concerned. So yeah, man, just keep listening.
never even was yet. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like noted. I mean, that was an unexpected question instead of saying no. What I say yes to is things like Fox, because it's just, first of all, I think Black people, we need some kind of agenda beyond just being angry every time a white guy says some shit that's supposed to hurt our feelings. I think we came further than that. So it's a chance. It's a chance for me to do that Fox thing. That Fox thing fucks me up because I got a lot of you a sellout emails. Oh, really? You fucking sellout motherfucker. You say
you wokey woke Negroes, boy. That's what y'all specialize in right there. Oh, you go on Fox News. And he went and destroyed. If y'all ain't seen that video, he destroyed that lady on about what's funny, what's appropriate. And he came after the Don I, Mr. Nappy had a whole comment, and they brought Patrice on there to explain what funny is. And he just destroyed this white woman trying to act like people are offended by commentary. He's like, who are these people? She's like, who? And she couldn't answer none of his questions. And he talked about like a donkey punch, and everybody, and like the people in the background were laughing. He's like, why are they laughing, man? Like, yeah, he destroyed that lady, man, for real. But some people, the outer optics is they view right politics, conservatism, Fox News is the enemy. And I understand why, Fox News is off-putting. But inversely, to me, CNN is just as off-putting. It's just as bad to me when you just all day long making excuses for everything. And intrinsically, overarchingly to me, it's like they just saying like Black people, we just weak and we just not capable of handling our own issues. And we got to consider that, feel sorry for us and this. And I'm like, man, fuck that. Fuck that. That's just me.
Nah, go ahead. I had nothing to add to that.
There you go.
Shit, white guys and shit. Because it looked like I was just defending middle-aged white men every week for saying shit.
Right.
But the reason I was on there defending speech is because for real, Black people own speech right now. We own it. That's our reparation. It's an unwritten thing that we can say what the fuck we want, and white guys can't say what the fuck they want. And our biggest ally in terms of Black folks moving ahead is that white guilt. White guilt is a big time ally. White people going, I feel so bad for slavery, even though you're originally from Poland or something, you had nothing to do with slavery, but you feel that white guilt that comes along with it. Good. So I can say what the fuck I feel like saying, and you stuck. And I just want to say to Black folks, shut the fuck up till we get our shit together, because we got too many hypocrites.
People will call you a coon for saying, let's get our backyard together. I say this all the time, and I don't give a shit if you don't like it. We need to clean our own backyard up, for we always point the finger at somebody else. And by somebody else, I mean white people. If white people's, if they ruminate in your mind so much like that, you got a problem. Because you're 13% of the population. You'll never have the ruling class as far as how this society currently stands. You don't have the numbers, right? So if everything you do is based on what somebody white said, you'll always come second place. Think about that.
Absolutely. You can't, they own you if they own that much space in your head. You see what I'm saying? Like, you can't, like you say, you can't do that. You can't live your life that way, because you're not living life. You're serving them, and they don't even they don't even know it. They don't even know they got that much control over you, nor do they care. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're giving them that. And shout out to the people that recognize I say, you know what I'm saying, a lot.
Yeah, that's what your ass in the other video.
because I absolutely do, just to make sure you know what I'm saying. So, you know what I'm saying? But go ahead.
That on our end, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't want somebody to throw some, if I say you a piece of shit, and then somebody says to me, well, what about when you go to Brazil and fuck hookers sometime?
You did.
I'm gonna go, well, that's not, I don't want to go, well, that's a different piece of shit.
This is nothing like Actor Studio. I can't see this ever getting on TV of any kind. I was sitting here listening. I can't even think that porno channels would want to play this at all.
Yeah. But that's why it's like somebody asked me in the back, you're not on O&A as much anymore. I'm not done yet in terms of being offensive, I think. And I think O&A, and I'm not saying they're done in terms of being offensive, but they're tired of fighting. You know what I mean? They're becoming generals, and soldiers fight. And I think they went through the soldier phase, and now they're generals, man, and they don't feel like boxing the powers that be right now. And I think,
and what he's talking about, guys, is Opie and Anthony show, which was like kind of like a Howard Stern type of show back in the early to late 2000s and a little bit into the 2010s, I believe. So yeah, they were like shock jocks, and they said what the fuck they felt, and it was on Sirius Radio, and they are millionaires off their content, and they would always just get into it with Howard Stern. So that's what he's talking about, O&A. That actually, Patrice O'Neal, best stuff is him on the show. So if y'all Google Patrice O'Neal, Opie and Anthony, or O&A, this dude used to kill it every time, man. He used to kill it every time people used to call in because they wanted his relationship advice and shit like that. It damn near was some Kevin Samuels shit. It really was. It
way
really
before
was.
Kevin Samuels. And
way before Kevin Samuels.
A lot more entertaining and relatable. So
yeah, absolutely. So just to kind of give some background on that.
I don't want to go in there and do a goofy thing and go in there and be how I am, which is completely unedited racist, unedited sexist, unedited piece of garbage, man, till I'm done. And I'm not. And
again, he died in 2011. So these are talking points way before it was cool. So this man died 11 years ago.
Done yet. So, if I'm not on there because of that, I understand. I wouldn't have me on there. Like, they pulled off the Black Phillip thing I do on XM where my whole show is just talking about women and how women, we don't like them, and I don't like them.
And he says that affectionately because his girl at the time, Vonnie, was a beautiful chick, man. Beautiful chick. So he used to always call her bitch, and he would say it like, it's like, I'm not calling her bitch in a derogatory fashion. That's just what I call women, and she ain't exempt from it. So because he would talk crazy to women, they would call in, and he was like, yeah, I bet you're just one of those guys who can't get women. And or like when he said he had a girl, like, well, yeah, she's probably ugly and she's to put up with your fat ass. And he's like, well, actually, she probably looks way better than you. She's actually a beautiful girl. And then the dudes were like, yeah, no, Patrice girl is beautiful. Yeah, so it's funny because he backed his words up with actually having a product, we're having a very attractive woman, and he talked like that to her, and he talks like to everybody. It's like kind of like LeVar Ball always compare him to. He works his way into conversation. He treats everybody the same.
And that's fair.
And that's fair. And that's what Patrice was.
They had to yank me off. I'm not upset about that, but I'm not finished yet, offending people,
Why is that, Patrice? What is it that you're trying to do here? What are you?
That's a good question.
Yeah. What are you trying to do with this?
It ain't make money because I'm stuck. One thing I learned about this game early is it's a lonely game. It's a lonely journey. It's really hard. Like my mother didn't support me. She supports me now, but it's one of them things. It's like, this shit is a dream. And you ever try to, dreams are something you do by yourself. You ever have a dream and then try to tell somebody the dream you had? You wake up and be like, hey, here's what I was dreaming. And they be like, really? So unicorns, and then what happened? That's the same thing as saying, I want to do something besides be what's already planned out. Plumber, doctor, lawyer, dentist, there's a plan. This thing here is like a leap of faith, and you just keep falling. Now, to answer your question, what I'm trying to do is be righteous. And when I say righteous, I don't mean God, God righteous. I mean, just when I wake up, I know I was honest to myself. You know what I mean? And I did the whole tap dance, dude. People be like, why do you play ball? I did it. I tap danced like you wouldn't believe. Aspen 1998. I mean fucking like hot shoes trying to get something. What does it means to an end? Yeah. I was trying to get something. And I went to LA and I was sitting there. I was like 100 pounds bigger than I am now, dude. And I was sitting, and my stomach was like fucking sitting out here. And I had 2 Whoppers with cheese because they were 99 cents, dude. And that's all I could afford to eat every day was a Whopper cheese.
Hey, yeah. Dallas, Texas. Thanks.
Oh, the new Whoppers, boy.
Thanks.
They were just sitting on my stomach. And and if I had a gun, dude,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I'd have shot myself. I understand suicide.
Because you couldn't do the act the way you wanted to.
Because I
You
was
started hurting yourself.
trying to get something from what I do. And I argue with a good friend of mine, Dante. He does a show with me. Because the whole show and the business thing, I'm in complete disagreement with that. It's just that, you know, I'm lucky enough to be able to get some money out of this shit, you know, out of this, what I do. But it's big, man. Comedy is big. What it is being political and having, like, because I more want to be a cult figure. I want to make some money, but I felt the feeling of trying to make it, and that vague make it, that emptiness of I made it. What's it? You know what I'm saying? So
and what he's basically saying is not being self-defined. Like you got to have an end goal of what you're pursuing, or you're just gonna be chasing something that doesn't even exist. And I think in the dating world, Lord have mercy, women, y'all struggle in that capacity. Lord have mercy. So that's what I mean by that. What you got?
That's prophetic. You say you got to have an end goal. What you said? You got to have an end goal of what you.
Yeah, of what you're pursuing, because you're trying to. In short verse, you can end up running real hard somewhere, and you look down, you're on a treadmill.
Mm-hmm. That's really big. Yep. I think well, to what Jenny down there is saying, she said you can reach more people through comedy than at a pulpit. I'd say that they both are pulpits, just different venues. You know, one has less responsibility than the other, and that's the difference. And one is telling jokes, but if you look at it objectively, shit, the other one could be telling jokes too. You know what I'm saying? Like they telling the biggest jokes depending on how you look at it. You know, so it's just different venues, and people put that responsibility on leaders of religion and all that to kind of save them. And he's doing it freely and doing the same work, really. You know, like he's giving them the same information to help them move forward, and I can appreciate it, but it's just different venues and different responsibility, but same shit.
And even better, he was given to you in staying righteous. And he was saying earlier, like righteous, I'm not meaning godly per se, but I mean like I'm gonna tell you what I really feel. And I can live with the results if I just say what I really feel. And that was Patrice's biggest backdrop to doing what he did.
Right.
Just do it because when a guy says to me, dude, you know, man, you changed my life, that feels good. If a dude says you changed my life,
and I will say this, I gotta stop it. If you go in the comments of his old stuff, people still say that shit. Like, man, I hate I caught Patrice so late, man. He changed my life. Like a lot of people do those. Like, just look at go on YouTube on your own time and type in a Patrice O'Neal video and just read the comments. Oh, I wish he was still here, man. Like, he ain't lying. I'm sure people said that.
Yeah.
A woman says you changed my life for some goofy shit you did, you know, that means something. That's it. I wanna change lives, but not be profound about it. You know, That's why I think Richard Pryor
he don't want to take himself too seriously, which a redeeming trait of somebody who has that type of cachet that, I still don't take myself that serious.
Was who he was. And I think George Carlin is who he is. And I put them 1 and 2 because I think they both have a righteousness. Because George Carlin's story is heavy, man. He was already a millionaire. And Richard Pryor was already a millionaire. And they just had some, this is wrong. This sucks. Even though they got the millions, but they went down. I mean, their lifestyle went down.
On this journey that you're on, okay? You're not getting the same response as a guy who's an actor. For some reason, they see a stand-up comedian, here's a guy jacking around or whatever, and you are going in a different direction than maybe even your own audience sees.
Right. It's tough, dude. It's tough because I get a lot of, one of my biggest fan base. It's weird. I've done every genre, you know, a little bit. I think I got a little bit of fans everywhere. And like O&A is one of the biggest parts of my fan base, that core. And then the Web Junk was a big core. And then my HBO special was a big core. So when they collide in a show, it's interesting. Right. And I have to kind of mold them into exactly who I am, even though I get the outlet from here. I mean, I'm sure you're different from Ron on Ron and Fez a little bit.
Right.
Like if somebody met you and whatever the catchphrase of the week is, whatever the thing you're doing,
Yeah.
and somebody goes, "Oh, Ron," and you go, "Calm down for a second, and let me talk to you."
Right.
And you go, "You're still the same Ron, but
Right.
you're just not Ron."
Right.
You just have to calm down.
Right.
And that's what, I kind of try to, collect my. It's almost like drugs, dude. Look, it is. It's.
You're talking to the right guy now. Now I'm with you. Now I got you 100%.
I don't mind boutique sales. Like I don't mind that boutique shit. I can't go out and go here buy my CD. And I mean, if you want to find it, I want to make it available. I'm not an asshole, an idiot, but I don't want to go. Here's some more. Give me. All I want you to do is just sit there and absorb what I'm trying to do. It's like, but the thing about drugs, what I mean is like, it's like if I got some really good coke, I don't need every scumbag everywhere to come try to buy my coke. I have a very boutique.
Right.
I don't mind.
It's a lot of good people.
I don't mind having a boutique audience. I don't mind 100,000 fans that would pay $100 out of their life to fuck with me in any way. That's 10 million, maybe. I don't know. I don't do math, but that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
If I just don't let those 100,000 down, I don't need a million strangers in my life.
Well, it's kind of interesting that you said that because it wasn't too long ago. I was reading an interview with Ricky Gervais, who I think genius. I think he's brilliant. He's the guy who started The Office in England, then he did extras. And they were asking him about doing comedy in America, New York. And he only mentioned one name of comedians that he admires. And that's Patrice O'Neal. And this guy is probably the hottest European comedian.
He's big. I mean, The Office, he's big.
And I mean, particularly in England, they're standing in line. So people that I would say are funny, and I'll throw it in with the O&A too, who I think brilliant minds.
Yeah.
But the people that I tend to think are funny are fans of yours. And so maybe you are chasing that.
Well, I think they feel that it's not, again, saying something's not pretentious is almost pretentious. Saying that I'm not trying to be this is being that. But I fight hard to not have an editing system. I try to fight hard. Like Ricky Gervais probably got to know me from my time of going to England.
And going further, this is kind of something, again, guys who are progenitors of their own world, we struggle with the editing process because we tend to just want to say the first thing we're thinking. Now, in a formal way, for sure, but like, if I really feel like saying my coworker, my nerve, like, dog, get the fuck away from me. I want to be able to say that without persecution, because I'm just like, dog, you see me just coming in, you come here talking to me, like, get the fuck away from me. It's not like I mean that for the whole day, but for that moment in time, I should be able to say what I honestly feel. It's just like, man, like you're talking to me, I ain't even goddamn fully logged in yet. Go ahead.
No, I absolutely agree. That editing process is layered, is from what we say to what we do, what we put out, like just how we rate ourselves, critique ourselves is a lot with that process. But I've learned that to trust the work, trust the work that we've put in with ourselves and our brand and products and stuff like that, and see what comes of it. Like nothing is gonna be perfect, and we be trying to get the perfect shit and then put it out. And because at the end of the day, people not, even if you make it perfect, some people ain't gonna perceive it as perfect. It's like, why did you know what I'm saying? So you have to trust the work that you put in, and trust the work that you're gonna put in to get it out there, and just go that way. And I mean that just from a marketing standpoint and products and stuff like that, because I know that I wait forever to put something out because I want to make sure that it's perfect. But it's like, what is perfect? It's subjective. You know what I'm saying? Like it's subjective. What's perfect to me is not gonna be perfect to you and them. And so put your best shit out, see what happens.
There you go.
Which is why
because it was
right, absolutely. Shit, hell yeah.
Time where I got essentially thrown out of America, wasn't making money. club owners, like the dude that owns Arizona Improv. You know, he tries. See, a lot of things in this game is weird. Is they try to give you golden handcuffs all the time, and golden handcuffs is when like if you're out of control, somebody just gives you something to control you. So you got nothing, they give you 5 G's, give you something, make you scared of losing 5 G's, and then that's how they beat you into being a slave. So I had a lot of that in terms of getting treated like that in clubs. Like, hey, man, we're going to give you this, but you're going to have to spin in a circle and do this on top of your head and spin it. Nah, nope, ain't good. So I had to go to England. And England, man, those cocksuckers over there, they are, dude, because they don't understand that we mean American comedy, and our thought process is 15 years ahead of them. And I'm serious, and I appreciate Gervais saying, because he's well loved.
Yeah.
But when I went over there, I would fight because they would go, you people, you don't understand irony. And irony to them, irony to us is
Salute, Jenny V. I appreciate you dropping in, man. Yeah, I see you dropped out when they started talking about Europeans, so I get it.
Yeah, pop out the beach.
Appreciate the sub, though. Let's get it.
Is a shark. When Quint gets eaten by the shark, I guess that's irony. Shark Hunter gets etten by a shark, whatever. Probably a better example.
Sure, but I was working for. You're on your way to a point. I love it. Yeah.
So I know Amon is like, just getting eaten away. I gotta get famous soon, just so I can cash in on what's left of my brain. But the irony, what they think is irony in England is sarcasm. Like, oh, really? So you did that, huh? Oh, that's irony to them. So I go, that's not irony to us. Irony is different. That's sarcasm. And we get sarcasm here. We just don't think it's the basis of your entire hour on stage, genius. So I went over there and it was a lot of blah, 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 blah. And I go, look, man, first of all, have you ever been to New York doing comedy? No, I have not. Okay, then I've come over to your shitty country for free and show you, and I'm putting myself out there with an anti-American sentiment. That's racism over there, is America. And it's racist against Americans, dude. They like, yank. And I'm like, whoa, I had to get used to that from the comics. But it took about 5 months of going back and forth and staying in shitty places to for them to go, oh, okay, all right, this guy is not playing around. And I think I never met him. But I think Ricky might have saw me in those times where I fought through English audiences throwing. It was like, the scene in Blues Brothers. Yeah, that's how they act. And so you gotta fight them, and then they love you beyond belief. And then after that, but then again, to me, comedically, you can't make it if you're not making it here. I got a call from Showtime to do a special, and I was like, bye, England, that was it. Right. I don't care how much you can make, Yeah.
I want to find the part where he was talking about dealings with things with being black. So let me skip ahead a little bit.
One of them is going over to England and getting, you don't get value for who you are. And that's what kills comics. When you see bitter comics, it's because if Michael Jordan scores 30 and Kevin Garnett scores 31, right? And Michael Jordan gets 20 million a year, Kevin Garnett can ask for 20 million a year based on the fact that he scores 31. So I have value compared to my peers and everything else. But it's like I gotta watch unnamed assholes making mega money, and there's no karma. There's no there's no one to complain to. I can't walk in the office and go, listen, this hack bought his mother a house, and I gotta stand there and look at this dude. And a lot of dudes and people I never got along with are people that let this business qualify who they are.
There you go.
I'm at this level, Patrice, so I can now, like when I was here, I didn't talk to you, but now Comedy Central has put me here. Now I'm here with you. No, you're not. I don't care if God give you a deal where you get half the world. You ain't me. I told my girl that one time. I bought my girls diamonds and shit.
Straight in.
Then that's what Patrice was right there. That was him.
That's exactly how I feel. So I feel him 100%.
I'm like, I don't give a fuck what you talking about. You ain't me.
Yeah.
And it may make perfect sense what you said. Nope.
Yeah.
I bought my girls diamonds. I give my girl nice stuff, man. And she went, ooh, I'm blinging bigger than you. And I go, you couldn't bling bigger than me if I bought you a diamond hat.
Right. Not even that.
Blinging is here.
Right. Not even with a big shiny diamond hat.
Not would you be better than me? And that's what I'm saying. It's just like the thing that gets you is that you have to fight not to be bitter.
So what is it though, Patrice? What's keeping you from getting the place in comedy you think you should be?
And that's the thing I gotta fight, Ron, is where I should be. Because I don't deserve or supposed to get anything. Mm-hmm. You know, it's the journey I'm on, and whatever happens, man, happens. I mean, I got a mortgage I want to pay, but still that means to anything. And I'm going by what other people say to me. You know, people respect me. And I'm gonna
try to find this last little talking point before we end the plane on this one. But he had a really good point about race relations or something to that effect, and I want to get that one out the way before we go. But yeah,
at 6 a.m, if that's not what I do, the core,
right?
There's a core comedy base that goes. Patrice is in there with that,
but
and I'm like, look, calling my girl a bitch,
right?
You know, I'm racist. I'm racist against black people. I'm racist against white people. I do a lot of stuff that's like, you know, this is not funny. This is not fun. This is not. This is just I don't know what's he doing. And then I'm like, Mom, get the fuck out. I don't want you here anyway. So it ended up being this many people at the show by the end of the show.
Right.
But it'll be part of my 100,000 that I'm trying to.
Yeah, right.
You know. So.
And I think that's kind of, and I can't find that spot, so we'll do a part 2 to this one. But I think that's kind of the same thing with the Kevin Samuels thing. Like he wasn't gonna go off cold. He was going. It's like, you like this shit, or you can walk. Like it ain't. I'm trying to please everybody. Mm-hmm. And he made a good point too, with saying that you know, I don't deserve anything. I just get what I get, and I put the work in to get there. And I think that a lot of people in this space do that comparison shit too much. And like we just led in with earlier, that you find your own definition of an end game and you live up to that. And that's all you can do. You can't control anything else. And I think women struggle with that with the dating world. Oh, I deserve a guy that makes this and who looks like this because I went through this. No, the fuck you don't. No, the fuck you don't. Mm-hmm. And men love it when, you know, Kev and other people used to mirror that sentiment. But then in some ways you see dudes doing the same shit. Mm-hmm. So it's just funny that, you know, people would talk that good game, but they don't live that good game. And that dude was the embodiment of that, man.
You said the embodiment?
Embodiment.
Oh, embodiment. Okay. Yeah. No, I totally agree. We ain't even halfway through the video, but
yeah. I mean, we got stuff to do today, so we're gonna end up playing there. We're gonna do a part 2 on this one because
it's a lot to unpack. It's a whole lot to unpack with that. But with somebody that, you know, that was purposed and walking in a purpose, that's typically how it go. You know, like we could do this with a Kevin Samuels video. We can do it with, you know, his type of videos. It's these are the people that stood for something, you know, and they believe what they stood for. And like you said, you wasn't moving them off that off that stance anyway. So I appreciate him. I appreciate what he was, what he left us, and what he's done for people and doing for people that discover him. Because, like I said, I would have never dove into him as deep. Pause. I
was gonna be mature and let that one rock.
I wouldn't. I was like, but I wouldn't have been into him like that if it wasn't for you even mentioning it. I'm like, is that first I was like, oh, is that a girl? Because you was like Patrice O'Neal. I'm like, okay, and I was like, God, man. But listening to him was like, oh yeah, dude was real. He was a prophet. You know what I'm saying? So I respect everything he was and appreciate it and hope people continue to discover him and they never take his shit down. So yeah, that's all I got.
Same here. Same here, man. It gave me a lot as far as perspective at a relatively young age and just understanding how to just stand on your own, man. If no matter right, wrong, or indifferent, you have an opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And you can have a process to go about life based on your opinion of things, and you don't have to be swayed by the group. You don't have to be swayed because people say, well, no, you can't say something like that. You can't do things like that. In certain spaces, that's absolutely true. But overall, with you, again, being the progenitor of your own environment, no, you don't. You can roll how you roll and understand that, hey, man, everybody's not going to like it. Like he was saying with his show. Hell, people used to walk out his show all the time. He's like, yeah, I want it that way. I don't want everybody to come here and agreeing with what I say. I want you to be mortified of what I said. And I think that the aftercare of that is they'll go online and, oh, Patrice, he's a horrible person. And that really, they promote you the same way somebody who loves you would. So, I respect the way he went about that because, I mean, that's just life, man. Everybody's not going to like you. Everybody's not going to. It could be, this fucking quasi wrinkled ass polo shirt. Like, I don't like that dude. It is what it is, man. I can't control that, man. I can't control that.
Yeah. That's all I have.
All right. So, thank y'all for tuning in, man. Y'all hit the subscribe button. Y'all hit the like button on the way out. I think tomorrow we're going to hit up another show. So, thank y'all so much. Thank y'all for watching that Charleston White video. Man, that mother's going, boy. I can't say it enough, shit.
Yeah. I don't know what it is about it, but maybe it's the relevancy of what's happening now, and people are into the music industry versus his opinions on it. Then with coupled with ours, it's like okay, maybe it's entertaining. I don't know, but
I take it.
Yeah, we'll definitely take it. So appreciate y'all. Again, I don't know who's left, but if you're not here now and you watching later, please like, comment, subscribe. If y'all have any things y'all like us to speak on, please, we open to suggestions. We do read the comments and we do respond back. So we appreciate y'all. We doing it for y'all. We're not doing it for us. We talk amongst each other all the time. We don't need y'all. We doing this, you know what I'm saying, to build a relationship with y'all. You know what I'm saying? So
absolutely.
Yeah.
And to grow with y'all.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just sharing our perspectives. And I'm glad that y'all like the position we come from. So we just gonna keep this thing rolling until next time we out, man. Peace.